Right now, in your refrigerator or your pantry, there is almost certainly a food you've eaten today, maybe this morning, that is slowly scarring the inside of your kidneys. Not a food you already suspect. A food you reach for because you think it's the smart choice. The one wrapped in words like natural, low fat, or zero sugar. I'm Dr. James Revealio, and for years I've sat across from patients whose kidneys were failing even though they swore they were doing everything right. They exercised. They watched their weight. They thought they were eating well. And yet here they were, staring at lab results they never saw coming. That disbelief on their faces is exactly why I'm making this video. The foods that hurt your kidneys the most are almost never the obvious ones. It's not the candy bar or the fast food burger you already know to avoid. It's the food that has earned your trust. And that trust is precisely what makes it dangerous. Before I walk you through the 4 foods on this list, you need to understand one thing about how your kidneys actually work, because it changes how you'll see everything else in this video. Why your kidneys are so easy to overwhelm. Your kidneys are essentially 2 chemical processing plants working around the clock. Together, they filter somewhere in the range of 150 to 180 liters of blood every single day, enough to fill nearly half an Olympic pool, day after day, for your entire life. They decide, moment by moment, what your body keeps and what it discards. One of the most delicate parts of that balancing act involves phosphorus, in small, natural amounts. The kind found in whole foods like meat, dairy, beans, and nuts. Phosphorus is essential. Your bones and cells need it, and your kidneys are built to handle it, absorbing roughly 40 to 60% of what you eat and filtering out the rest. But the modern food industry introduced something your kidneys were never designed for: inorganic phosphate additives. These are synthetic phosphorus compounds added to processed foods to extend shelf life, hold in moisture, and improve color and texture. Unlike the phosphorus that occurs naturally in food, your body absorbs close to 100% of these additives. There's no filtering mechanism built for that kind of load. It's the difference between a sponge soaking up a spill and being asked to absorb an entire overflowing bathtub. Chronically elevated phosphorus stiffens the walls of your blood vessels, speeds up the loss of kidney function, and pulls calcium out of your bones to calcify your arteries instead. Research has repeatedly linked high phosphorus intake to faster kidney decline, even in people with no prior kidney disease. And here's the frustrating part. Manufacturers aren't required to list phosphorus content on nutrition labels, so you can't spot it just by glancing at the numbers. You have to know what to look for in the ingredients. With that foundation, let's count down from the food that quietly does damage in the background to the one I consider the most deceptive of them all. 4. Instant noodles and packaged soups. This one probably doesn't shock you, but the scale might. A single serving of instant ramen can carry well over 1,000 milligrams of sodium, and almost no one stops at one serving. Eat the whole packet, and you can blow past your daily sodium ceiling in one sitting. Sodium is only half the story. Most instant noodle brands also rely on phosphate additives, ingredients like sodium, triply phosphate, or disodium phosphate, to keep the noodles from breaking down. So your kidneys take a hit from 2 directions at once: a sodium flood they have to work overtime to clear, and phosphate additives corroding the very system meant to clear it. Over months and years, that combination raises blood pressure. And elevated blood pressure remains one of the 2 leading causes of kidney failure worldwide. Canned soups aren't much better, often carrying several hundred milligrams of sodium per serving, with 2 or 3 servings hiding in a single can. The fix is simple. Make noodle soups at home with real broth, fresh vegetables, and whole grain noodles. If you do buy packaged soup, look for low sodium on the label and check that it's genuinely low per serving. And rinse canned vegetables or beans before cooking, which can wash away a meaningful share of added sodium. Number 3. Processed and deli meats. This is the food sitting in nearly every refrigerator in America. Sliced turkey, ham, salami, hot dogs, bacon, sausage. It fills lunchboxes, tops pizzas, and anchors weekend breakfasts. And it's doing more damage to your kidneys than most people realize. Processed meats are among the largest dietary sources of inorganic phosphate additives, injected directly into the meat to retain moisture and extend shelf life. Because your body absorbs nearly all of that added phosphorus, a few slices of deli meat can carry a far heavier kidney burden than an equivalent portion of plain grilled chicken, where roughly half the natural phosphorus passes through unabsorbed. There's a second layer of harm here, too: nitrates and nitrites, used to preserve color and prevent bacterial growth. Inside the body, these can convert into compounds that irritate the lining of blood vessels. And your kidneys are essentially a dense network of tiny, delicate vessels. Large observational studies have found that people who regularly eat processed meat carry a measurably higher risk of chronic kidney disease than those who stick to unprocessed protein, even after accounting for sodium intake and body weight. The fix: lean on fresh, unprocessed protein. Chicken breast, fish, eggs. Roast a chicken on the weekend and slice it yourself for sandwiches through the week. Swap bacon and sausage for eggs with vegetables or overnight oats with nuts. You're not sacrificing flavor, you're upgrading it. Number 2. Breakfast cereals and healthy snack bars. Here's where things get uncomfortable, because now we're talking about foods marketed specifically as healthy. Walk the cereal aisle and you'll see whole grain, fortified, and heart healthy on nearly every box. Parents pour it into bowls feeling responsible. Adults grab a granola bar on the way out the door, believing they're doing something good for their bodies. What the front of the box won't tell you: many popular cereals pack 10 to 15 grams of added sugar per serving, 3 to 4 teaspoons before you finished your coffee. Many healthy granola bars carry just as much sugar as candy, simply disguised under names like brown rice syrup, evaporated cane juice, or agave nectar. Different label, same spike in your blood sugar. Repeated blood sugar spikes force your pancreas to release more and more insulin, and over years, your cells can start resisting that signal. The doorway to type 2 diabetes, which remains the single leading cause of kidney failure on Earth. On top of that, many cereals and bars use phosphate additives like tricalcium or dicalcium phosphate, often listed as sources of added calcium. Another burden on kidneys already managing the blood sugar roller coaster. The fix: stop reading the front of the box and start reading the ingredients on the back. If sugar, under any of its many names, is in the first 3 ingredients, put it back. Choose cereals with under 5 grams of sugar per serving, or better yet, plain rolled oats, steel-cut oats, or unsweetened muesli. For snacks, a handful of almonds with a piece of fruit delivers steady energy without the sugar crash. Number 1. Diet sodas and zero sugar drinks. This is the food I consider the most deceptive of all, because it doesn't just do quiet damage. It does so while convincing millions of people they've made the healthier choice. The concern isn't fringe science. Harvard researchers tracking more than 3,000 women in the long-running Nurses' Health Study found that those who drank 2 or more servings of diet soda per day had roughly double the odds of significant kidney function decline over 11 years. And separate analysis of the same cohort found a substantially greater drop in kidney function over 2 decades among regular diet soda drinkers. A pattern that held up even after accounting for age, blood pressure, and diabetes. Researchers still aren't certain exactly why, but a few mechanisms are worth understanding. Metabolic confusion. When something tastes sweet, your body prepares for incoming sugar. Insulin rises in anticipation, but none arrives. Some research suggests that repeating this false alarm day after day may contribute to insulin resistance, a key step on the road to type 2 diabetes. Gut disruption. Emerging research suggests certain artificial sweeteners can shift the balance of gut bacteria in ways linked to glucose intolerance and low-grade inflammation. And a compromised gut lining can let more inflammatory byproducts reach the bloodstream, adding to your kidney's workload. The permission slip effect. Multiple studies have found that people who switch to diet drinks don't reliably eat fewer calories overall. The psychological sense of saving room often leads to compensating elsewhere. Put together, this is why I rank it above ultra-processed meat and sugary cereal. It's the one doing damage while disguised as the solution. The fix? Start replacing diet drinks with plain or sparkling water, dressed up with lemon, cucumber, or mint if you need it. Give it 2 to 3 weeks. Your palate recalibrates faster than you'd expect, and food starts tasting richer without needing intense sweetness to satisfy you. Where to start? To recap, instant noodles and packaged soups flood your kidneys with sodium and phosphate additives. Processed and deli meats add a steady drip of inorganic phosphorus and nitrates. Breakfast cereals and snack bars trigger daily blood sugar spikes wrapped in health food packaging. And diet soda mounts a quiet, multi-front assault while wearing the disguise of the responsible choice. If that feels like a lot, take a breath. You don't need to overhaul your diet this afternoon. Pick whichever of these 4 you eat or drink the most, and make one swap this week. Water instead of diet soda. Oats instead of sugary cereal. Roast chicken instead of deli turkey. Homemade soup instead of the instant packet. One change is enough to start. Your kidneys have been filtering your blood without a single day off since before you were born. They've never asked you for anything. The least you can do is stop feeding them poison you trusted by accident. If this video taught you something you didn't already know, share it with someone who needs to hear it, especially if you know someone who drinks diet soda every day thinking it's the healthy habit. Subscribe to Science of Wellness so you don't miss the next one, and drop a comment telling me which of these 4 surprised you most and which one you're cutting first. I read every comment, and they genuinely shape what I cover next. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm Dr. James Revealio, and I wish you strong kidneys and a long, healthy life. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one.